Well, everybody loves a good bargain, especially if you have a tight budget. That includes things like small town fire departments. For years, Arkansas has taken part in a program that gives them first dibs on all sorts of federal property. Their trash can be a money-saving and life-saving feature, but in the last few weeks, the state has shut the program down. THV 11's Rolly Hoyt reports on the fire chief pushing hard to bring it back.
The benefit of this program is not about bulldozers and road graders. It's about serving the departments that serve the people in Arkansas.
That's some of the passion Bill Barnes is sharing with every person he runs into these days. The small town fire chief is trying to rescue a purchasing program.
The federal surplus property program, they will take federal property at federal acquisition cost, bring it to Arkansas, catalog it in, and make it available to organizations.
For decades, the program allowed fire departments, disaster agencies, local governments to get items federal agencies don't need anymore for bargain prices, from overstocked stop signs.
Now, there are some big ticket items
To 2-ton Army tow trucks. And when it comes to outfitting the Joplin Volunteer Fire Department, go ahead and call him Bargain Bill Barnes.
The stands for the TVs were federal property. The tables and chairs were federal property. The heat and air system for this room is federal property. Bed covers, stretcher covers, face masks. These are brand new boots, $10 a pair. Sleeping bags, $10. Blankets.
But those going out of business prices are going out of business. The federal government is cutting out the middleman, especially for the big things, and putting surplus items up for auction.
What kept that program up and running was the dump trucks and the fire trucks and the things that, the big ticket items.
In addition to running the Arkansas State Police, Colonel Mike Hager has to be the hatchet man for the state's federal surplus program. The Secretary of Public Safety says that those auctions are driving the program into the red.
We were no longer able to get those big ticket items. We couldn't get the trucks, the dump trucks, the road graders, the bulldozers, things like that. That's what sustained that program.
But Barnes says, from his standpoint, that's not the case. He's bent the ear of political allies, hoping to convince state officials to give it a chance. And he's recruited other safety officials to spread the word.
It's kind of like a parachute. You only need it when you need it.
David Kimball is the emergency management coordinator for Montgomery County. He doesn't see a difference between big ticket and small ticket items available through the program. Anything that helps lower costs helps small towns.
It's hard to imagine how the departments could survive and thrive the way they have in the past 40 years or 20 years that I've been on the fire department, how they would be able to survive with this lifeline cut.
That's the message Barnes plans to deliver to lawmakers on Monday.
That stainless steel table is federal property.
He points to other states where the government supplements the surplus program to keep it going. An infusion of about $300,000, he says, will be enough. But Colonel Hager will testify as well, and he's skeptical.
That's a decision above my head, but I could not, in clear conscience, testify that I think that would be a good use of state tax dollars because of the type of inventory that we now have available.
It could make for an awkward meeting when the two men appear, with Barnes using a story about an axe to avoid the axe.
I picked up 10 hand axes from federal property about a month ago, again before it was shut down. They were $15 a piece for a hand axe. If that axe is used to enter a structure to save a life, how do you assign a value to that axe?
In Montgomery County, Rolly Hoyt, THV 11 News.